Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Kalaya coming at you with an in-transit video. Before I get started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to those for elect. Shalom. Alright, this little in-transit video gonna be surrounded by the fact that it's evident that we at the end, man. I'm gonna start off with Book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Pull it up real quick. Right, this is the Book of Matthew, chapter 24, and I start at verse 6, and it reads, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Right? Because we understand, through the scriptures, what the end consists of, right? First must happen, the MOTB must be implemented. Alright? The MOTB must be implemented. That grain of rice, man. You see? And after that is what? The ICBM nuclear missiles. Alright? Those ICBM nuclear missiles are the basically the cherry on top. Okay, that signifies the end of this place, man. That's the destruction. And along with, the curse that go over the earth, going into, the so-called UFOs or UAPs, all right, which we understand through the scriptures, all right, are the chariots of the Lord, man. Which gonna burn, they're gonna add to that fire, right? But I wanted to harp on this Matthew 24. It says, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Are we not hearing of rumors of wars? Are we not hearing of wars right now, man? Alright? Prophecy is literally, jumping off the page like a pop-up book, man. These things are being seen in real time. We are seeing the effects of these wars as well, man. Different sanctions, tariffs. We're seeing the effects of these things. Gas prices have skyrocketed within, the last, 2 to 3 weeks, man, which got people in a frenzy. People literally don't understand how to deal with this. First and foremost, they're not making enough to cover, the increase of, gasoline, man. Amongst other things, because gasoline is linked to every single product that consumers use, whether that's food, different products, household items, right? All of these things, because you need gasoline to bring these different items to the stores that are near you, man. It's like when people get off work, they start driving crazy. But these truckers, they need diesel, right? They need gasoline. And shit, I know a couple brothers down here, in our group chat, man, they share the price of diesel, driving these different trucks and things of that nature, man. But these people, they don't have a inclination of what's happening and what's coming in and what's coming down the pipeline. Excuse me. Verse 7, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Right? And we still haven't seen that yet, man. Alright? Famines. Okay, we seen pestilences, right? Whether it was a mock pestilence or not. It's the energy that came with it, the spirit that came with it, man. Alright? Had people scared to death. You know, so what happens when they do come with a real you know, pestilence, whether it's man-made, man-released, or naturally, you know, occurred naturally, Salakia, right? Earthquakes in diverse places, man. You got all sorts of, you know, geographical phenomenons going on right now, man. I'm talking about different, you know, I briefly talked about it. The brother from California, all right, that brother, he went into it, you know, the tectonic plates moving, all right, which it's a whole breakdown of that. You know, I had to go into the information, but nevertheless, the Lord is moving the tectonic plates as well, man, causing, you know, ruptures, right, in these different volcanoes to erupt all around the world, man. You know, so these things are indications that the end is near, right? Yahushua is giving us an indication on what to look for when the end is near, which I'm gonna grab that in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter as well. All right, it says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So there's more sorrows to come, harder sorrows, harsher sorrows. You know, and I'm gonna keep harping on this point, man, because that brother made a beautiful point. Hey, that brother Amawad, he said this in one of our Friday lessons. He's never seen, you know, a Jake, a so-called black, you know, in America starve, man. And I've never seen it either. But the Lord is gonna start doing that, man. They're gonna, these you Jakes are gonna feel that pain, feel that pressure. All right, you're gonna pine away. And I'm gonna grab that real quick. This the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and 9, and it reads, it says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, for these pine away, stricken through, for the want of fruits of the field. That's right, man. It's worse to starve to death, okay, than to get slain with the sword. And what is the modern day sword? All right, the gun. Because that's a quick death. Pining away is you know, it's long, okay? You suffer. Alright? And the Lord created that, alright, for the wicked, man. To pine away, to suffer. Your body is going through a process of eating itself. For the lack of food, man. It's gonna be so bad to where, you know, these people are gonna actually try to eat how you say it, unedible things, man. Things that are not edible, like leather, right? Bark, leaves, you know, grass, all sorts of things, man. These people are gonna start eating those things, but nevertheless, these are just the beginning of sorrows, man. Okay, let me go back to the other scripture. Yeah, that's pretty much it that I wanted right there. I'm gonna get that 2nd Ezra real quick. Then I'm gonna jump to 1 Thessalonians. 2nd Ezra 9:1. Alright, it reads, it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told before. Right? What are the things that are told before? The prophecies, the things in which I were destined to come from the foundations of the earth. Alright? And one thing, you know, you have to come into terms with is understanding that all of these things must happen. The bad must happen before the good. Okay? Though these prophecies you know, gruesome, okay? Yeah, they gruesome. A lot of death is involved in prophecy coming to pass. Alright? The Lord gotta, you know, purge Israel ultimately. But It's the final result in which we look for, right? Which is the kingdom of heaven. And the only way that can come is if, all of these prophecies must pass. These must pass first. So it's better to come into terms, right, with understanding that these things must happen right now before they start happening, man. Because once we get into it, get into JT, Lord willing, we endure to the end, we can always have the end at the forefront of our mind, man. And not get trapped up, like 2/3 and the rest of the world gonna be, man. Trapped up in, losing hope, losing faith, keeping our eye on the prize. Right now, it's easy to focus on the kingdom of heaven because, we're not being challenged with, hunger, challenged with, our safety being compromised, having the things at hand, right? The things in which we need: food, water, shelter, being able to get inside a vehicle and travel, having a vehicle, AC, things of that nature. It's easy to focus on the kingdom of heaven now, but what happens when, your comfort is distorted? All right? But that preparation starts right now. And that's the advantage we have over, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. We understand these things must come to pass. It says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. How did the Lord visit the world that he made? All right, through the chariots, all right, through the tempests, okay? Different things of that nature, man. Verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You see, as I stated earlier, all of these things were slated to happen. They were prophesied since the very beginning. This is not some sort of spontaneous reaction that happened because certain world leaders made the wrong decisions. No, this has been divinely intervened, man. The Lord has intervened. Okay, divine intervention. This was not, something that man did. No, the Lord did this from the beginning. And that's why, the scriptures tell you only a fool said in their heart, right, that there is no God. Because how can man orchestrate something, a movie like this? It's impossible. Man not that smart. It's the Lord, man. It's Yahweh, Yahushua. Alright, it says, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is made manifest. So even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And we are seeing those effects and signs, man. Not only here on earth, but in the heavens as well, man. Different stars, different planets aligning, all sorts of things, man. We just had a pink moon on the Shabbat, on the day of the Passover, man. Now let me get on this Thessalonians because I'm getting closer to my destination. Grab this first This First Thessalonians 5:1, and it says, "But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." And we understand the times, all right? We understand the seasons, okay? The book of what is that? Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, tell you there's a time and a season for everything. All right, we're not in a spirit of mirth, okay? We in the spirit of mourning, man. You got to train your mind, right, to understand what's going on, and ultimately ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for the discernment to know what's going on, all right, to make sure you in the right spirit. That's a part of checking ourselves too, man. Checking to see if we in the right spirit. Are you in a mirthful spirit? Because you shouldn't be, man. Ain't nothing to laugh about right now. A lot of people finna die, man. A lot of bad things are gonna happen. Ain't shit funny right now. Okay? We preparing ourselves, man. For what? For that great day. Okay? It says, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. That's why we don't have no time to be laughing and giggling, and not saying, you know, just laughing and giggling in a plain way. Nah, in the spirit, man. Just all goddamn bubbly all the time, man. You know? Not taking this thing serious. That's what I'm talking about, man. Picking this thing up, picking this truth up as a hobby. Okay? Nah, man. This is deadly serious. Alright? We know perfectly. Why? Because we have been watching the signs. Alright? We've been watching really, you can call it a spiritual clock. Okay? The Lord have prophecy as a spiritual clock. When you go back to that what is that? That Slock, I just drew a blank, man. Second Esdras, the 9th chapter. Yeah, I tell you, use prophecy as what, man? As a indicator. Okay? Measure thou the times diligently. Alright? Prophecy shows us how close we are to the return of our King, man, Yahushua. Alright? It says, and really that's yeah, I could keep going. Verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace, well, for the sake of time, I'm gonna jump down. Verse 4, it says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief, right? Because Yahushua coming back, all right, without warning, because nobody knows when he's coming back, man. All right, we have signs, we have indications to be ready, all right, but we have no idea when he's actually gonna return. Okay, it tell you that in that's Matthew the 24th chapter, around the, if I'm not mistaken, around the 30th verse, somewhere in that area. It tell you that no man know it. All right, not even Yahushua himself, not even the angels know, man. Okay, I gotta beat the loop a little bit. Matter of fact, I don't know who house this is, but I'm gonna sit right here. All right, it says verse 5, all ye are children of the light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Right? And that's ultimately, they're asleep spiritually. These people are asleep. Okay? They have no idea what's going on. They have no idea that the clock is counting down right in their face, which that clock is prophecy, man. Okay? But we do. It said we know perfectly. We know completely. All right? Through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. He has given us the spiritual eye salve to understand, all right, the scriptures, and being able to link the events that are happening and occurring in the earth with the scriptures. Let me get this last one. This is Romans, the 13th chapter. 11, verse 11. All right, Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. You see, it's the scriptures are telling you, man, Hey, it's time to wake up. It's like somebody giving you a spiritual nudge. All right, you've been waiting on salvation. All right, waiting on your ride, okay, so to say. Because that's what the Lord is coming to do. He's coming to deliver us, man. Deliver the elect. Lord willing, we have that number. But nevertheless, all right, it's like somebody giving you a nudge saying, hey, your ride is approaching. Why would you stay asleep until your ride outside, man? You know, enough for the ride to leave you. And ultimately, that's what's going to happen. All right, through the Spirit, 2/3 are going to get left here in Babylon. They won't get that pickup, man. They're not prepared. They're not ready. And it's going to be too late. But for the elect, they're going to be right on time, outside on the porch, waiting for your house shot, man, to deliver them. You know? But that's all I had, man. I got a couple things I need to do before I go home, you know, and things of that nature. So, Lord willing, this was edifying first and foremost to the hopeful elect, and then those that cling unto the body. All right, prior to getting out of here, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom and Abba Ball.